The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a rookie that is just blowing people away. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that just kind of get overlooked by the national media and don't get talked about nearly enough. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of those teams. And so you have a rookie that I didn't think about this, and I saw an article, and it's just like, this is kind of what's great about this, and that is Emeka Ibuka is out of this world. And initially there was a little like, he's kind of figuring it out, rookie minicamp, even the first week of OTAs, the first couple days of OTAs. But this is what's cool is that last week's OTA featured several standouts on the defensive side of the ball, but the second week of OTAs was ruled by the offense. Baker Mayfield looked sharp, and he was going to Emeka Ibuka. Now, here's what's interesting is that Emeka Ibuka, his arrival safeguards the team from a potential sophomore slump from McMillan. So what they're saying is that first-round pick Emeka Ibuka is pushing second-year receiver Jalen McMillan. So not only do you have your first-round talent coming in and being the guy that you'd hope that it would be, but he's pushing his counterpart to be like, dude, let's go. So you're actually raising the game from both of these guys, and now all of a sudden, just yesterday, you didn't have who's you going to be receivers. Next thing you know, you draft a stud. He's raising the game from Jalen McMillan, and now Trey Palmer also, you're like, okay, what's he going to do? You've got weapons for a Baker Mayfield that a mature professional Baker Mayfield. Like, shout out to the Buccaneers for getting this version of him and getting this version of him out of him, right? I mean, we know Baker's story. We don't have to go through it all again, but just to be like, I don't know. Yeah, I do know. He's the man. Love the way that he works. Love everything about him. Like, that's how drastic it was. And then you go to PFF, and PFF had ranked all 32 quarterbacks going into this year. And if you look at the rankings, there are 15 quarterbacks that you can win with. There's 15 that you just can't with. It's crazy. And you have one of the quarterbacks that you can win with in Baker Mayfield. I couldn't believe it when you look at the list. We could pull it back up, find it. But it's just crazy how there's literally 15 quarterbacks in this league that you're just like, it's not going to work. We all know it. But there's only 15 like human beings in the world that can do this at a level that you can win games with, go to the playoffs, and that's it. And that's what the Buccaneers have done the last couple of years. So it's like, what are we doing? So now I say that you add in a really good weapon to combine with a running back room that you had found last year, right? I mean, with Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, you've got this 1-2 punch. Real similar to David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Similar as in just like you love it. But the thing that the Buccaneers are saying is like, actually what we have is Sean Tucker as well. So we feel like we've got three guys. So you've got a running back room that's loaded. You've got the wide receivers now. You've got the really good quarterback that everyone's looking for. Defense is just going to be rebooted. I mean, come on. Like, what are we doing? The defense for sure is going to be. We'll get back to the running backs here in just a second. But all of a sudden, how are you picking against the Bucs in the South? How? You can't. I mean, because, again, look at the defense. Hassan Reddick, who's just been in this weird place. I love when you get players, like talented players, actually anybody that comes from a bad franchise. That really excites me because – are you kidding me? It was just a train wreck with the Jets, and how was he used, and is he gonna be used? Is he gonna play? Is he gonna get the money? And it's all this stuff, and it's just like you could be just sitting on a gold mine here and not even know it because he was just mistreated and everything was weird with the Jets. So love that right there. Another one that we've talked about a lot here. Well, first of all, your two rookies, awesome. You address that right away, and then you get Kindle Vildor, and I've talked about this on this channel, but he was a former Detroit Lion. He is a great depth piece. And again, we don't want to spend a lot of time talking about a second string corner, second, maybe even third string guy. But I'm just saying, he was starting for the Lions just a couple years ago. Starting, he shouldn't have been. But my point is, you have a starting level caliber guy that can jump in there, now all the way pushed out to your third string. That's how well you've developed certain areas of your team that are important areas of your team. So again, I started this video. I'm going all over the place, but I started this video talking about Emeka Egbuka, a guy that's an absolute star, because up here in Michigan fan, that dude as a rookie or as a freshman, you're just like, okay. And he's one of these guys that you see in kind of the one and done college game. You don't see it as much anymore, but like if guys were ready to go after their freshman year, it's like, just go, because we know you're a star, and really all we're going to figure out is like different ways that you suck, even though you don't. And I feel like that's what happened to Emeka Egbuka. It's like, okay, you're a star. Get out of here. But you can't in college. You have to go 3 years. And so I was like, I don't know. Is he like good? It's like, yes. And you know, it's like living next to an amusement park. You live there. And so people are like, oh, dude, that amusement park's awesome. And it's stupid. It's like, really? It's like, it's just because you're used to it. You know it. And you've been there and you've done it. But it's awesome. Like, that's who he is. We knew it like 2 games in, you know, and and even that, Ohio State had 10 star receivers, and he was one of them, and played and did really well. And you're like, yeah, okay. So I think we forget to get him in the teens is like, dude, you got a Buka? Like, what the heck? And it's like, yeah, you know, he was good. It's like, yeah, he's actually amazing, and I'm surprised he didn't go earlier. And like, he's one of those guys, had he come out earlier, he probably would have gone earlier in the draft. But he just stayed because he has to. Anyway, so I say all that to say, you look at the Buccaneers, quarterback check, coach check. We could talk about that. Do you have the most dynamic coach? Do you wish you had a better coach? Do you have, like, you could talk a lot about the coaching staff. I think your coach is just fine. Quarterback check, coach check. Wide receiver check, running back check, offensive line improved, defense, like let's get this thing just revamped. We know we got the defensive minded coach. We're gonna be fine there. This is why we have this channel, because people don't talk about teams like this that are just like, okay, what are we doing? We're talking about Aaron Rodgers going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. What are we doing? So just for that alone right there, if you've watched this far in the video and you're like, you know what, thank you for saying that, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see all of you on the next one.